Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the news bulletin for this Monday, the 23rd of February 2026. The authorities have started tackling the flooding issue at the Bajaya Hotel, Côte d'Or. As of today, for a period of 3 to 4 weeks, the slabs covering the drainage from Pirogue Restaurant in Bar all the way to the Bajaya Junction will be removed and replaced with new ones. It will be a work that will be done in phases. It will allow the Land Waste Management Agency, LWMA, time to clean the drainage and identify the issue that caused a major flooding last Thursday in that area. After heavy rain, after a couple of those heavy slabs were removed, silts, leaves, and rubbish were found stuck around water pipes, and there were quite a few of these pipes in a small area. LWMA is working with the Seychelles Land Transport Agency, SLTA, on this project. The Office of the President has today announced the appointment of Ms. Nathalie Rose as Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Seychelles Broadcasting Corporation, SBC. Ms. Rose, who has over 23 years of continuous service within the SBC, holds a master's degree in leadership and management as well as a diploma in general management from the University of Seychelles. She also received specialized training in radio production and journalism from international institutions such as the International Institute of Journalism in Berlin, le Conseil International des Radios-Télévisions Francophones, CIRTEF, and the Commonwealth Broadcasting Association. She is also a qualified trainer, having successfully trained several cohorts through the SBC Learning Center. Prior to her appointment as Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Rose has been serving as Head of Radio Programs, a position she held since October 2022. Ms. Rose's appointment as Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the SBC took effect as of the 15th of February 2026. The Seychelles government hopes that during a fifth round of negotiations with the European Union, it will be able to lift the impasse preventing the renewal of the Sustainable Fisheries Partnership Agreement, which expired today. The minister responsible for fisheries, Wallace Cosgrove, expressed his hope in the National Assembly, where he was presenting and defending the Fisheries Department's budget. Several members of Parliament questioned him on the matter.
One major concern raised by members of the National Assembly was that Seychelles could lose a significant portion of its revenue from tuna fishing licenses of the European Union if the agreement is not renewed. Minister Cosco stated that the government has submitted a proposal to the European Union, but an agreement has yet to be reached. Seychelles is seeking a 30% increase in remuneration, while the European Union has proposed only 3%, an offer the government considers too low. Another concern relates to the potential impact on port activities. Minister Cosco explained that vessels flying the Seychelles flag will continue to land tuna at the port, but EU-flagged vessels, 21 in total, will not be allowed to fish within Seychelles' exclusive economic zone if no agreement is concluded. Minister Cosco expressed hope that an agreement can be reached soon, one that would represent a win-win outcome for both sides.
The Fisheries Department has been allocated nearly 47 million rupees in this year's budget, representing an increase of just over 3.1 million rupees compared to the previous year. In contrast, the Blue Economies Department allocation has been reduced by 718,000 rupees, bringing its total budget to just over 9.4 million rupees. Providing details during the committee stage debate in the National Assembly, Minister Wallace Cosgrove explained that the increase in the Fisheries Department's budget is largely attributed to salary-related expenses. These include the continuation of the long service allowance, the appointment of a Secretary of State, the setting up of a technical workshop for the Maritime Academy, provision of the 13th month salary at 100%, and an increase in gratuity payments. Restoration and dignity through inclusion is the theme for NGO Day this year. The chairperson of the SEPS board, Odile Dekomamo, said that this theme is very appropriate. It matches not only the mission and work of SEPS, but also what is happening in the country at the moment. This year, SEPS is organizing activities for one whole week. The first activity for this year is a digital exhibition. The exhibition was officially launched by Dr. Odile Dekomamo. It is being shown on 3 large screens around Victoria. Dr. Dekomamo also spoke about recent developments in the country. She mentioned that for the first time, Seychelles is commemorating the abolition of slavery. She added that civil society organizations in Seychelles will continue to work together to defend their vision and make sure that no one is left behind. Georges Robert has been elected the new regional president for Africa of the International Ombudsman Institute. The Office of the Ombudsman announced the election of Georges Robert as the new regional president for Africa of the International Institute. This appointment reflects a commitment to raising standards of good governance and administrative justice in Seychelles. It will enhance Seychelles' international standing and promote accountability and transparency across all regions. The International Ombudsman Institute, established in 1978, is the only global organization comprising more than 200 independent ombudsman institutions in over 100 countries. Promoting good governance and capacity building, the International Ombudsman Institute supports its members through training, research, and grant projects. The Seychelles Red Cross Society has signed an agreement with the French Red Cross for the implementation of activities under Phase 3 of the Three Oceans project, valued at just over 690,000 rupees. Over the past years, the Seychelles Red Cross Society has received funding from the French Red Cross to carry out various initiatives, including disaster risk management and health-related programs. Secretary General of the Seychelles Red Cross Society, Marie-May Esparon, outlined the main activities scheduled under Phase 3 of the Three Oceans project.
This year, the sum, almost 700,000 rupees, is pledged towards revamping our warehouse after the explosion, and also training of trainers, first aid, psychosocial support, and also volunteer management and retention. So this is one very important MOU agreement for us, because this is actually one of the main source of funding that we will be getting this year to implement activities in the communities. Actually, this year we have to source out additional funding, not only from PUA, but from other donors as well, because it is very challenging actually to source out funding for Seychelles to implement programs and activities in the country.
And with this, we end our news bulletin for now. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back again at 8 p.m. for the news in Creole.